Hi everyone, I'm Tracey. I teach people natural solutions to living. Today I'm going to show you how to make an oregano essential oil infused salad dressing, which you could also use, and I just have some here, as a dipping for an oily bread recipe as well. So the recipe I'll be using is one of my own recipes, so we'll provide you with a link, but there are similar recipes on the doTERRA blog as well. So it's quick, it's easy, and hopefully it will inspire you to infuse oregano in your cooking. So as a general rule of thumb, when I'm opting to use the oregano essential oil as a replacement for the dried herb, I always substitute 1 teaspoon of the dried herb for 1 drop of oregano essential oil. But of course, if that's too much for you, you can opt for half a drop rather than a drop. And when you first use oregano oil, you may want to use half a drop. To use half a drop, we take a toothpick and we swirl it in the lid of the bottle, and then we put that toothpick into our oil and we use it. It'll infuse the oil that way. So it is considered a hot oil, oregano. Like the herb, if we put too much oregano essential oil in our recipes, it will make our food very bitter. Exactly the same as if we put too much of the dried herb, it'll make our food very bitter. We just have to remember when we're using oregano essential oil, because it's so highly concentrated, it is 50 to 70 times stronger than the plant. So less is best. And if we use it every day, it'll support our systems as well. So if you do use too much oregano, say you're making this dressing, just double the oil quantities and then you just make more oil. So let's start. So we've got a jar. I always like to use a jar. I find that it's quicker just to put a lid on it, shake it, use what you need, and then you can pop the rest in the fridge. But you could use a glass measuring jug and whisk it if that's what you'd prefer. So we'll start with our olive oil, and I like to use an organic Australian extra virgin olive oil, and 1/4 cup. And so we just simply measure out 1/4 cup of the olive oil, and I'll tip that into my jar. And then to my taste and to my family's taste, I also use a balsamic vinegar, and we use 2 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar. So I'll measure out the 2 tablespoons. So that's 1, 2. And then for a little bit of texture, I use 1/4 teaspoon of the dried oregano. And if I wasn't using the essential oil, traditionally I would have used a lot more of the dried oregano, which we buy an organic dried oregano. So it actually, using the essential oil is much cheaper, and it makes our dried oregano last a lot longer. I also put to that 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. I prefer white pepper. It's just down to personal preference of taste. It's a little bit milder. And particularly because we've got 2 young girls, they don't like it to be too overpowering. And then we drop in our oregano. So we put in 1 drop of oregano. And be patient with the drop. And then I always like to double, when I'm using particularly the herb essential oils, double the citrus. So I'll put in 2 drops of lemon essential oil. And then we secure the lid. So the oregano essential oil per drop is 13 cents. So I've only used 1 drop in this dressing, and the lemon essential oil is about 5 cents. So, and I've used 2 drops, so it's about 26 cents in your oils in this. Oh, sorry, 23 cents. I can't add today. And then your dressing is done. So hopefully you can see that. So which you can pour over the top, and I already have some over the top. So pour over the top of your Greek salad, and on top of the feta, and then put the rest in the fridge. And on top of the feta, I've actually sprinkled it with some dried oregano, and also some oregano and lemon pepper salt that I make as well, that I have a recipe for as well. So that's it. Nice, quick, easy recipe. So you can see that I have hardly used any in my salad. Now I'll pop that in the fridge and keep that in the fridge until I use more. So I hope that inspires you to use oregano in your kitchen, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my demonstration. Enjoy. Bye.